it's funny, having a startup, I am very well aware that one person can put a kibosh on any type of forward progress in a practice, right? Especially if that person is the linchpin position within that practice, front desk especially. If they don't like this, if they didn't feel like they were part of this, it will just stop. It's just that simple. I completely agree. And I love how I think you're talking about making everybody bionic, which is pretty
Yes.
cool, right? It's like, it's one of those things where how do I, okay, if I can't find, hire another associate, how do I turn this doctor into one and a half doctors? How do I turn this assistant into two assistants? How do I, those kind of things? How do I turn my two front desk people into five front desk people? But my cost stays exactly what it is. Or even better yet, I make more money and everybody gets raises, right? That's really fun too. So I think that's where my mind goes in all of this. And I do believe that the laggards, that third phase you're talking about, I think they're going to get moved through economic means, because I
Correct.
think eventually they're going to look down the street and go, why is Dr. X doing this much more production, or just really enjoying themselves, and their overhead is 50%, or their overhead is maybe 30%, and mine is 70, right? The national average is 70 or something crazy like that. That's not going to make any sense anymore, and we can't throw people at the problem. So not only do we not want to throw people at the problem anymore, but the people aren't even there to throw at the problem. So I think that economic, wave will kind of push those last people in there. So I say get there before that happens is my recommendation. So beyond caries detection, which we talked a little bit about the AI and imaging, what else are you seeing pop up around there? You talked a little bit about treatment planning. I've seen some about notes. I'm excited about revenue cycle automation. What all are you seeing out there?
Yeah, well, we're seeing a little bit of everything. I think that's what's exciting. You know, on the clinical side, we're seeing the opportunities to be able to detect as well
Hmm.
as predict what could be coming next. So I think that's a key piece for, the overall preventative movement that we want to be able to make. So not only understanding or looking at gum disease, but then being able to see what could very well happen and really engaging the patient with that so that they are sharing in that understanding and sharing then in the solution of the journey. So I feel like a big piece of the clinical is the patient now is taking a more active role versus showing
I love
up,
that.
tell me what to do. And let's face it, that's health.
Autonomy,
It
right?
is. It is. So this is my body. Oral health is health. So I think that's another piece. It's also recognizing how the mouth, when you think about it, if it's detecting cancer, and
Hmm.
other elements, it's really helping to recognize the importance here and how it connects to everything else that's going on in your system. So I think that part's important. We've talked a little bit about visual earlier, like radiographic analysis.
Yeah.
That's a key piece, with x-rays and imaging to be able to do some of this detection beyond caries with gum disease, other oral health issues. We've talked administration, everything from appointment scheduling, reminders, what's that ongoing engagement, with that patient, to even chat bots as we're looking there. It's also
Yeah.
about the analytics. So you brought up revenue cycle. So imagine, think about it right now. Regardless if you are, I'll say, working at Disney or dentistry, because I've went
Yeah.
from Disney to dentistry,
I like that.
there's all this data and fractured, disconnected information. So
Yeah.
imagine finally being able to have that holistic view that can not only help you understand what are you seeing? Are you seeing, new issues that are arising? How can you project what's coming, or how can we look at different solutions? So there's a matter of not only using it to run your business, but also to better engage your patients, but then to really take that to understand what are those revenue trends, identifying opportunities for cost optimization, as well as overall financial health of your office. So I think this is going to be really critical for sustainability and to help offices plan effectively for growth, because we recognize technology is not going to stop. It's going to continue. We recognize as humans that we're constantly learning new things about, biomes, and, you think about stem cells, just it's changing our industry. So how can we
Yeah.
utilize this to help us today, but also prepare for tomorrow?